Costco sells around 200 million hot dog combos a year at $1.50 each, the same price since 1985. Adjusted for inflation, that combo should cost over $4 today. Costco doesn't care. When a former CEO suggested raising the price, the founder told him, and this is a real quote, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you." Why would a company defend a money-losing hot dog like it's a matter of life and death? Because Costco figured out something most retailers never do. The stuff on the shelves isn't really the business. Stick around. By the end of this video, you'll never look at that warehouse the same way again. Here's the number that explains everything. In fiscal 2024, Costco pulled in about $254 billion in total revenue. Massive. But its net income, actual profit, was about $7.4 billion. Now look at one small line on the income statement. Membership fees, about $4.8 billion. That's money people pay just for permission to walk in the door. It has almost no cost attached to it. No inventory, no shipping, no shrinkage. It's close to pure profit. So of Costco's operating profit, more than half comes from membership cards, not from anything on the shelves. Think about what that means. The warehouse, the pallets, the forklifts, the free samples. All of it exists mainly to make you feel like your membership is worth renewing. And that renewal, in the US and Canada, over 90% of members re-up every single year. But that's not even the strange part. The strange part is what Costco refuses to do with its prices. Most retailers mark up products anywhere from 25 to 100%. Grocery stores, department stores, that's how they survive. Costco caps its markup at roughly 14% on brand name items, about 15% on its own Kirkland brand. That's reportedly a hard internal rule. If a supplier offers Costco a better deal, Costco doesn't pocket the difference. It lowers the shelf price on purpose, leaving money on the table by policy. Why? Because every time you see a price that feels almost unfairly low, it reinforces one idea in your brain. This card pays for itself. That's the whole machine. Low margins aren't a weakness Costco tolerates. They're the marketing budget. Costco spends almost nothing on traditional advertising. The prices are the advertising. And a few products take this logic to the extreme. They don't just have thin margins. They lose money on purpose. Back to that hot dog. $1.50 since 1985. Costco got so tired of supplier costs that it built its own hot dog plants to keep the price frozen. Then there's the rotisserie chicken. $4.99, held there since 2009, while chicken prices everywhere else climbed. Costco went as far as opening its own poultry processing facility in Nebraska, a roughly $450 million bet, largely to protect a $5 bird. These items are placed deliberately. The chickens sit at the back of the warehouse. To grab one, you walk past televisions, clothing, tires, and a bakery. Nobody escapes with just a chicken. Here's the part most people miss, though. The hot dog isn't just bait to get you in the door. It's proof. Physical, edible proof that Costco never gouges you. Every bite is a brand promise. Quick pause. If you're into breakdowns like this, hit subscribe. It's free, and it tells me to make more of them. Now, if memberships are the real product, what happens when Costco raises the price of the membership itself? In September 2024, Costco raised US and Canada membership fees for the first time in 7 years. Basic memberships went from $60 to $65. Executive from $120 to $130. $5 extra sounds tiny, but multiply it across tens of millions of paid members, and it flows almost straight to the bottom line. Analysts estimated it would add hundreds of millions of dollars in nearly pure profit. And here's the wild part. Members barely blinked. Renewal rates stayed around 90%, because after years of $1.50 hot dogs and 14% markups, the trust account was full. Costco had been depositing goodwill for decades. The fee hike was just a small withdrawal. Compare that to a typical retailer raising prices. Customers revolt. Costco raises its fee, and people shrug, because the math still obviously works in their favor. But there's one more layer to this machine, and it's the one Wall Street loves most. Put it all together, and you get a loop that feeds itself. Low prices attract members. More members give Costco insane buying power. It stocks only about 4,000 distinct products versus 30,000 plus at a typical supermarket. Fewer products, bigger orders per product, brutal negotiating leverage with suppliers. That leverage lowers costs. Lower costs become lower prices. Remember, the markup is capped. Lower prices attract more members. And the membership fees, that near pure profit layer, keep the lights on and the shareholders happy. Kirkland Signature supercharges the whole thing. Costco's house brand reportedly does more than $50 billion a year in sales, bigger than most standalone consumer brands on earth, and it exists mostly to keep name brands honest on price. Even the store experience serves the loop. No signs telling you where anything is. Products move around constantly. That's not incompetence. It's a treasure hunt, engineered so you wander, and wandering fills carts. So when people say Costco loses money on hot dogs, they're technically right and completely wrong. Every loss is a wire transfer into the only asset that matters, your renewal. Here's the takeaway worth stealing. Costco doesn't ask, how much profit can we extract from each transaction? It asks, how do we make leaving feel irrational? That's why it can pay warehouse workers well above the retail average, keep turnover famously low, and still grow for 4 straight decades. The model doesn't need to squeeze anyone, not customers, not employees, because the membership layer absorbs the pressure. A $1.50 hot dog, defended with a death threat, turned out to be one of the smartest financial instruments in retail history. But if Costco is what happens when a company obsesses over trust for 40 years, you should see what happens when a company obsesses over hype instead